Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is May 24th, 2023. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It is time to preview an episode of All Elite Wrestling Dynamite tonight, live on TBS. First of all, though, I just want to say that it does look like my microphone is not muted this morning. Luckily, had that little accident yesterday while recording, but sometimes difficulties come up and happen. But luckily, it looks like everything is okie dokie so far this morning. Now let's talk about AEW Dynamite, which is tonight, live from Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM Grand Arena. Is the go-home show before this Sunday night's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And tonight on Dynamite, we have the AEW International Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, taking on Kyle Fletcher, representing Aussie Open. The House of Black will take on Blake Christian, AR Fox, and Metalik in an open house rules match for the AEW Trios Championships, as the House of Black defends. Sorry about that. And also scheduled on tonight's card, the Lucha Brothers will take on the Blackpool Combat Club team of Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, which that should be a very good match here tonight. Also, we have a contract signing taking place tonight between Chris Jericho and Adam Cole for their matches Sunday night at Double or Nothing. And the number one contender for the AEW TBS Championship, Taya Valkyrie, will be in action against Lady Frost. This Sunday, Taya will take on the TBS champion, Jade Cargill, for that championship. Also, we will hear from the AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR, Absolute Ricky Starks, and each of the four pillars as they prepare for their four-way match this Sunday. The AEW World Champion MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and Darby Allin. And also, last but not least, we will hear from Tony Khan, and tonight he will announce the location of June 18th, which is the debut episode of AEW Saturday Collision on TNT. Once again, there has been a huge amount of speculation about what this is going to be. People have been saying for weeks now that it's going to be held in Chicago at the United Center, and we will see the return of CM Punk to AEW to be the face of Collision. But there's also been news as of late. There's been, I guess you could say, a bump in the road with that, and just a bunch of things on all the pro wrestling news sites. Won't get into all of them right now, but who knows? People are pretty much saying right now, if Tony Khan does announce that this first episode of Saturday Collision will be held at the United Center, that pretty much means that CM Punk will be there. But if Tony Khan announces the location being somewhere else, then they do not expect Punk to return. At least not on that episode anyway. Of course, the United Center in Chicago was the site of, I believe, the second episode of Rampage, the first dance, where Punk made his debut to that huge reaction in Chicago, which was live, and a lot of people said that was probably one of the biggest moments of that year in all of pro wrestling. But it remains to be seen if we will see Punk back in AEW or not, as we get ready for Double or Nothing this Sunday night on pay-per-view. But of course, that is definitely not all of the pro wrestling we have this weekend. Probably for the billionth time, we've got, the billionth time I'm talking about it, I should say, we've got Impact Wrestling Under Siege on Impact Plus taking place Friday night, Saturday afternoon. Well, here in the United States it is. We have WWE United Champions on Peacock in the US and WWE Network everywhere else. And Sunday night, once again, AEW Double or Nothing. And also, I have to admit, there's a show that I forgot about that when it comes to all the pro wrestling this weekend, has been kind of getting lost in the shuffle a little bit, and that is NXT. And I don't know why, but my mind just went blank of what it's called. Oh, Battleground. This Sunday night, also on Peacock and the WWE Network everywhere else. And we found out last night on NXT that Priscilla Kelly will be taking on JC Jane in a weaponized cage match. Not this Sunday at Battleground, but next Wednesday night or Tuesday night on NXT. Kind of surprised they didn't add that to Battleground. I know, well, not too surprised, because yes, it is already a stacked card, but kind of surprised they would give that weaponized steel cage away on free TV, but I'm sure that won't main event the show. And now that I think about it, I did say Priscilla Kelly, what's her name now? Gigi Dolan, I think. Sorry about that. I noticed that a lot about myself quite a bit, is that some of the talent that are in NXT right now, I still have a habit of calling them by their indie names, just as I called Priscilla Kelly. And so that's all for this huge weekend of pro wrestling we have coming up. I'll talk more about it once we get closer, probably on the day of each show right here on GMWF. Speaking of GMWF, I'm sure yesterday everyone noticed, very short episode. That's because I recorded it, and then just when I was about to finish, I noticed that my microphone somehow got muted. I'm guessing that it was probably muted for the whole podcast, but I'm not quite sure. So I just scratched that and did a quick one, and then last night did an episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. So check that out in case you missed it. And that's all for this Wednesday morning episode. Hope to have new episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic real soon for everyone. Tonight, hope everyone enjoys AEW Dynamite. Until next time, have a great pro wrestling day.